All right, it's Monday, March 18th. Buying some SPY 514 puts here at 327. This is on the 15-minute chart that after moving up early in the session, which I'll get to in a minute, had a little bit of an orderly pullback here, started up, and then had a red bar down. So I'm going to look for this to take, after a big gap up, to take out the lows of the day and see what unfolds from there. If you look at today, we did gap up pretty big. So we're above the midpoint of the prior day. So a lot of things have to happen to really start down again. But overall, we're still just stuck inside of these last 3 bars here on the weekly chart. And I kind of went over that on a weekly video. So I wasn't that excited to buy this gap up. I wanted to see what happened. Obviously, price kind of went up, paused a little bit, and started up on bar 3. So that could have, if you really believed in the momentum of the upside, you could have bought it there and watched it very closely. To me, once it kind of failed here for like an hour, that showed you, price just wasn't doing, what you would expect to the upside in this overall choppy environment in here, which we've identified for 3 weeks now. And then once I watched price coming down and had an opportunity to make its second push up and pause, I've decided I want to give a shot to some puts to see if we take out some liquidity, which would be first the lows of the day here, and then to see maybe if this ends up being a shooter bar on the day. We have some Fed announcements coming up in the week. I'm not sure the market wants to rally strongly ahead of that. I still think we're in a potential danger zone here, but the longer we consolidate, maybe it's just building up energy for another push up if we can't go 2 down. But I'm going to see if this becomes kind of a failure Monday that then ends up with a shooter bar and maybe, starts down into the later in the week until proven otherwise. But at least for this type of price action here, the way I look at the 15-minute chart, I saw the move up to start, the orderly pullback that kind of failed, the returning red. So I think we could take out the lows of the day. And I just want to see how much, maybe we might want to fill in this gap to the downside, or maybe some momentum can pick up to the downside. That's kind of the way I'm interpreting the SPY today. Didn't want to go long just because we're in that choppy zone. I wanted to watch it. If we would have went strongly up, I could have maybe bought the first pullback higher if I really believed we were going to be taking out, the high of this inside bar. But for now, we're just chopping around. So we could be going, up and down all inside of here. It's a little tricky, but I'm going to interpret this for a little bit of a downside move, take out the lows of the day first, just given the way this pullback's unfolding. So let's see if that unfolds. And then, key is going to be how this day closes today. And can we eventually, get a shooter bar, maybe a 2 down day to start attacking these lows again. But, we're kind of far from there as well. I still see this as a big, choppy, tricky area overall. That's kind of my main theme here. But I think intraday we might be able to get a little bit of a move lower.